Hey everybody, it's Mr. Haskell, and I'm back with things you should know by being alive. It's the presidents, and today I want to talk about my favorite president. This is Harry S. Truman, and maybe why he should be yours too. I'm just wild about Harry. Who was he? Harry S. Truman. He was the 33rd president of the United States from 1945 to 1953. He took office right after FDR's death during World War II. He was born in Missouri. He didn't have a college degree. He just had grit and honesty and good, solid judgment. He was a World War I veteran and a former farmer. Probably best well known for "The buck stops here." He was all about accountability. He was just in office for 82 days when FDR died, and then he faced one of the toughest decisions in all of history. He's responsible for authorizing the atomic bombings of the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki to bring about the end of World War II. He made this decision as a justification, as a way to save hundreds of thousands of lives within the closing days or months of the war. And by doing so, marked the beginning of the nuclear age in human history. Post-World War II, we see Harry S. Truman really begin a pivot for the American government from a style of isolationism towards global leadership. Let's take the reins. He announced something called the Truman Doctrine, in which the U.S. would support free peoples all around the world resisting communism. This was especially important in Greece. Now, and eventually, we would see the addition of the Marshall Plan. The Marshall Plan was an economic recovery program that sole purpose was to rebuild Europe after World War II and also prevent communism from moving in to the places that needed help the most. Now, he also helped form NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which was a new kind of international alliance for its time. He took America into the Korean War to follow the tenets of the Truman Doctrine to contain communism. As far as his domestic policy and stance on civil rights, he is responsible for the desegregation of the U.S. military with Executive Order 9981, which is and remains a major civil rights milestone. He did what he could to battle inflation and labor strikes and Republican opposition during the peacetime transition from a wartime economy. He survived the Do-Nothing Congress and pulled off one of the greatest upsets in election history in 1948. He didn't continue the New Deal. He moved on with what he called the Fair Deal, in a hope to extend New Deal programs, but also push for additional civil rights. His leadership style, no nonsense, plain spoken, decisive, accountable. He was known for his integrity, tough choices, and not backing down. He did fire General Douglas MacArthur, World War II military hero for the United States. He fired him for insubordination for actions during the Korean War. And he proved that civilian control of the military truly matters. He famously said, "I fired him because he wouldn't respect the authority of the president." Some fun facts about Harry Truman. The S in his name stands for nothing. It just honors both of his grandpas. He wrote thousands of personal letters, and many of them are still quoted today. He walked to and from the White House, and from his residence, because the residential area of the White House was being restored. He read every book in the Independence, Missouri Library while growing up. He left office deeply unpopular, but history has really changed its mind, and I would credit that to the remarkable book by David McCullough, the biography called Truman. It's one of my favorite pieces of nonfiction. As far as his legacy goes, he's ranked highly by historians today for courage, principle, and vision. His leadership helped build the modern international order. He remains a model of presidential backbone and humility. His presidential library was the first of its kind, and he's a reminder that ordinary Americans are capable of doing extraordinary things. Why he's my favorite? He made unpopular decisions that history proved right. He stood for civil rights. He took responsibility and accountability, and he led with honor when the stakes were at their highest. Anywho, thanks for watching, and things you should know about Harry Truman.